Alright, we're continuing with part 1 in this video. This one won't be very long. Alright, we're just going to add the title bar and then style it, and that'll be it for today. Alright, so everything we're going to do is going to be in this div here, the title div. Alright, so we're inside the title div. Make sure you tab everything over nice and neat, otherwise it's going to get confusing to you guys. Alright, let's see. So what we need is, we need a row in here. So, class row. Alright, and inside this row, we're going to split up. Let's take a look at it. So we're going to split it up into two halves. The logo on this side and then this call to action on this side. So we're going to split that in half. So we're going to have two call sixes. 2, 6. Okay. Two of those. And on the left side, we're going to have the logo, and on the right side, we're going to have this call to action. Alright, so here's the left side. We'll have the logo. So this, an image. There it is. Alt. Always add your alt. Logo. Actually, that's not a good alt. Pro Blogger. That's the good alt. And then this is going to be a link to the home page. href equals. And right here I'm going to put hashtag home. So not a real link. Alright, so let me move this over for a sec. So inside the first call 6, we have a linked image of the logo that doesn't really go anywhere. It goes to a hashtag home. All right, and then on the other side, we're going to have our call to action. All right, so our call to action, we're going to stick that in a span tag. Span, give it a class CTA for call to action. And we're just going to say join our, and we're going to make a hyperlink. This is going to be another fake link. Facebook community. Okay. Alright, so here's what we have in our title. We have a row, and we have two call 6s. The first call 6 has an image with a hyperlink around it. The second call 6 has some text and a span with a hyperlink inside of it. Alright, and so here's what it looks like so far. Here's our logo. Here's our call to action. Alright, and so next we're going to start styling things. Alright, so over here on the right hand side, we're going to add all of our title bar styles in the same spot so it's organized. So here's our title bar styles comment, and we have, this is the background color for the whole title bar. So we're going to add all our stuff right here. Alright, so let's start off by styling the logo. So that would be title space img. So the image in the title bar is what we're selecting, and we're going to set the width to a nice width, 286. That's the optimal width, at least that's the one they're using. And we're going to give it some margin on the top and the bottom. Margin top 30 pixels, margin bottom 30 pixels. Alright, So here's what it looks like. So it's a little bit smaller, and there's some space on the top and the bottom. Okay. And now we're going to style this call to action. So if we look over here, it's in the span tag with this class CTA. So that's how we're going to select it. So .title.cta. So the call to action in the title bar, in case we have other call to actions later on. All right. So for this, we're going to set the font size. Right now the font size is kind of small, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to use M instead of pixels. 1.25 M. So what this is, it takes whatever the normal size is and increases it by 25%. So it makes it a little bit bigger. And then what else are we going to do? We are going to change it to, so right now it's a span tag. We're going to change that to that's like an inline tag. So we're going to change this to inline block, so we can add some margin to the top and bottom of it. If we don't do this, we wouldn't be able to add margin to the top and the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to add margin to the top and the bottom just like we did for the image. Alright, so here's what that looks like. Alright. Good. And now we're going to change this Facebook community color to the orange color. And, oh yeah, that was the color you guys are supposed to grab on your own. So I'll let you guys do that. So right now, I'm going to just use pink. Where is it? Oh yeah. So .title .ctaa. So this will be the hyperlink inside of the call to action. Color pink. You guys have to get that orange color. That's what you want to put here. So I'll just put a little note. Not pink. All right. So here it is, pink. Of course, you know that's not what you guys are supposed to get. And we're almost done. What we're going to do now is we are going to do two more things. First of all, let's take a look at our page. Here's what it looks like. So we want this to be on the right-hand side. So let's fix that first. All right. So I'm just going to add a basic style. .right. So anytime we want something to the right, we'll use this. So I made a rule. Anything that has a class equal to right, we'll use text align right. So we're going to add that class right here in this right. Okay. And here we go. Now it's on the right hand side. And then another thing we want is, this is way too far apart, you know, if our screen is, you know, we need to have like a containing div kind of thing. Only it's going to be a little bit different than we usually do it. So here's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to add this, the rule we normally would have. Like normally I would call it contain, this time I just call it center. But it's going to be the same thing, like width 80%. And, you know, I'm also going to give it a max width 120 or 1200 pixels. And then in margin auto. Alright, normally I would add like a div around something. But since we're going to have, if you look at the screenshot, so I want this blue to extend all the way out. So I can't stop the blue from Like if I have a containing div that uses 80% of the page, that would stop this blue from continuing out. So I need this to be 100% wide, but I need what's inside it to be 80%. So here's how I'm going to solve this problem. So I'm going to use this center class on the row right here. Okay, center. So this row will be 80% wide, but the div it's inside of, like the title div that has the background color white, will be all the way, will be 100% of the screen. So like the nav that's going to be blue will be 100% wide, which is kind of like what we want. So let me see. So let me save this, take a look at it. All right, and this looks pretty good. Oh, why is it at 80%? That's better. And I think this can be adjusted a teeny bit. So let's fix that. Looks like the J should be down a little bit more. So I'm going to come down here and set the margin top and bottom to 40 instead. There. That's better. All right, just remember this has to be that orange color. Otherwise, we're done for today. All right.